We have some breaking news, folks. The Detroit Lions have made a signing. We're going to get into it, what it means for the Lions. Let's go ahead and just start. Second video for the day, and guess what? If you're subscribed and you hit that notification bell, you're not missing out. Why? Because it's breaking news, something that we did not expect. But the Lions have made a move. We've been talking about getting an edge rusher, help out this pass rush for some time. Lions made a move. They signed Bruce Irvin, formerly of the Seattle Seahawks. Bruce Irvin here, he was draft pick in 2012. He's 36 years old. So this guy's super veteran here, but he's still talented. He still has talents for sure. He was just waiting for contender, and that's what a lot of veterans do in their end of their career, right? They're just waiting to sign with the contender, not waste any time here. Last year, Bruce Irvin combined 28 tackles. Their tackles for loss 5, 9 quarterback hits, and sacks of 3.5. And that was, again, just last year. That's what he brought to the defense. Now, he's been on multiple teams, but I'm doing Seattle here because that's where he spent most of his time. Bruce Irvin here, look, started in Seattle Seahawks. That's where he's drafted. Really good player, too, especially in his younger years. We're talking about his rookie year. When it comes to sacks, he had 8 sacks, and then in the next year he had 2 sacks, 6.5 sacks in 2014, 5.5 sacks in 15, and then he went to the Oakland Raiders at that time, 7 sacks, 8 sacks, went to Carolina, 8.5 sacks in 2019, and then back to Seattle there, he had 3.5 sacks. He's an individual that does command attention, even though he's older. For situational, because he's not going to obviously be a guy, he's going to be Aidan Hutchinson, right? He's not going to be out there all the time. But situational, it's not bad to have this man here to hold the fort down and just help with pass rush. That's all we need is to help him. He's been on other teams like Atlanta Falcons and the Carolina Panthers, and now signed with the Detroit Lions practice squad today. Look, and generally speaking, when they sign with the practice squad, folks, they'll get there, know a little bit, then they'll jump on to the football team. You see that quite a bit with teams trying to get a veteran player. They go to the practice squad, and they sit there for a little bit. So he's going to compete. Eventually, he will be on the 53-man roster. It'll be interesting to see in the corresponding move when they do bring him to the 53-man roster, who is going to be removed. At some point, you're going to think potentially it is an individual that's already on the defensive line. Are we talking about a player like Charles Harris or Romeo Okwara? Because that's one of the individuals that potentially could end up losing a roster spot due to Bruce Irvin when he comes on there. Because, folks, it's crazy. He absolutely, for the Lions defensive line, hasn't done anything with the players you expected to do it. And we wanted to trade right for a pass rusher. Instead of trading, they're like, you know what? We're going to just go ahead and sign Bruce Irvin here, and I'm not upset with it. I'm not. I don't think it's something that's going to make this defense instantly a top defense, right, in the NFL. We're not going to go from instantly sack machine, but he's a veteran that's been in the big game at the big times. He knows what it takes to win in the playoffs. He knows what it takes to be a dominating edge rusher and to help out these young guys who we need to step up, and some of these individuals that are not as young. It gives competition, it brews competition, and there's absolutely nothing wrong with that. And I have no doubt, even though he's 36 years old, he can still get pressures on the quarterback. I think he can. I think he will. He dealt with some injuries in the past, but throughout his career, he's been a productive player. It's not like this guy's some injury-prone individual. He's been very productive. And guess what, folks? Seattle Seahawks, and we have to see the Seattle Seahawks when it comes to the playoffs at some point. And it's going to be good to have him with the Lions and helping out these young guys potentially in big games in the playoffs, like his former team or whoever we got to face there. In 2022, he had 28 combined, 18 solo tackles, 10 assisted, 5 tackles for loss, 9 quarterback hits, an average full. So he's a guy that's going to help out this defense. It's not a game breaker. It's not a guy who you think is going to be the best player, but he's going to help the team out. And that's all we need is a little bit of help. I can't wait to really dig deep into this guy and what the corresponding move is going to be. That's going to be very intriguing. But it is nice to see that our coaching staff, front office, realizing something that we all realized. The Lions need help at edge. Lions need pass rush. Because without pass rush, the Detroit Lions are not going to be a team that's going to be going face-to-face with teams like the Philadelphia Eagles and San Francisco 49ers. And if you allow those quarterbacks just sit there, they're going to pick you apart. You need help. You absolutely need help. So I like it. I don't know how much, how much of an upgrade it's going to be, but I do think it's an addition and it's a positive move. You can't get mad bringing in talent. When you bring in a guy who is at his age, you feel that the Lions can win now, and they should feel that way. They need help. So I'm happy that they bring Bruce in. Can't wait to see him in the Honolulu blue and silver. I don't know when he'll play. I suspect he's not going to play on Sunday. And maybe he does. Maybe he does. It's very possible. Or right after that, get acclimated to this defense. But he's a good player. He's still good at his age. I don't know what's up with Seattle, but they have their players can last for a long time. And, again, it's situational. This is not something he's going to be on every down. And I'm fine with that. We need any help, all help necessary for this football team to go in the right direction. So I'm happy. Can't wait to see him in the Honolulu blue and silver. And maybe, just maybe, we can get some pressure on some quarterbacks. Folks, you want to hit that notification bell? Why? Because I may drop an extra video like today with the breaking news. Let me know in the comment section, grade this signing, this free agent signing, A, B, C, D, or F. Look, I'm going to give this a B+. There's not a lot on the open market, and you got a guy with experience, playoff experience, who is known to get after the quarterback. It's situational. I don't know the contract deals, but I suspect it's not going to be much. Again, he went to the practice squad. Who are they going to release in favor of him when he eventually goes to the 53? That's yet to be determined. Let me know in the comment section your grade. I'm giving it a B+. With that said, folks,